Hansard Mania is a stream where we're going to be looking over 200 years of written political recorded history and taking predictions on what terms or phrases may or may not appear therein. I'm going to invite you, the chat, to suggest words or phrases that you think will be interestingly plausible or implausible. It has to be very hard to predict. It has to be right on the edge. Cradle of Filth, Slipknot, Metroland, Trollop, Press 9, Wanking, Merlin the Wizard, Strumpet, Barbarella, Binley Mega Chippy, Wharf, Toast Thief, Furries, Bazinga, Rat Summer, Give Me My Shoes Back, Mr. Blobby, Pagonophobia, Findom, Brum, World of Warcraft, Haunted Trousers, Piss Play, Free Deirdre, Jive Turkey, Fat Bottomed Girls, Twink, Gale Platt, Hover Bother, Gout, I Wet Myself, Northern Soul, Rimming, Bovril, I Love Chips / I Like Chips / I Love British Chips, Bechdel Pass, Bechdel Test, Judith Butler, Boss Man, Mr. Tato, Plants vs. Zombies, Tesco's Meal Deal, Sigma Male, Bestie, Slay Queen, Keith Starmer, Skibbity, Meh, could you put that down please? Voluptuous, I Don't Like Your Tone, Jar Jar Binks, Mini Cheddars, Harry Hardy, and Hey Chat. These are things that every 90s British kid will understand. Between 1849 and next year, Robot Wars. Once in 2001, will the minister accept that until we have robot wars, we need human beings to operate the equipment? Is not the British Army 8,000 men short? Nothing to do with the TV show. It was just about equipping people to kill others in British imperial crimes. I've been a bad boy. I have been a bad boy. I've been a naughty boy. I have been a naughty boy. If any of those phrases you think will be in the Hansard, place your channel points accordingly. I have been a naughty boy. Oh! Congratulations. I have been a naughty boy has been said once in British political history in 1947. Would you like to share with me why you were all so confident? I would have voted a no on that one. I would have voted a confident no on that. They are MPs. See, but they don't. I think the whole crux and cornerstone of being a career politician is you don't admit your naughtiness. You say, I'm doing the best I can, or something like that. You're saying we had to make hard decisions. You're saying, I'm sorry your family starved, but I had to make a hard decision. We had to balance the books. That's what you say. You don't say, I've been a naughty boy. Has anyone in the House of Commons or the House of Lords ever said, I love feet? MPs are strange people. They are. And that's why the game works. It's not possible for a human being to predict what someone in Parliament might say. They're on their own plane. They're in their completely separate, gated off socioeconomic niche, with the exception of, like, I don't know, the last two remaining Labour MPs with some any kind of working class credentials. Just as they've never eaten a packet of crisps, we do not know what fills their vocabulary. Do you remember? I know that when we think of Ed Miliband, we think of crushing defeat, going to Russell Brand's house for an interview.
Not a bad thing.
Could we see bankers going to prison for like some of the rate rigging, the Libor scandal?
Of course, if there's fraud committed by bankers.
It's evident that there was.
Of course, if there's fraud committed by bankers, that should happen. But there's a bigger issue than that, which is how you have a banking system that works for your ordinary small businesses.
And him saying "tuss enough" in that interview with Paxman.
The point is, people think you're just not tough enough.
Well, let me tell you, right? Let me tell you. Okay.
Come on.
Let me tell you. Am I tough enough? Tough enough? Hell yes, I'm tough enough.
But do you remember him and Ed Balls trying to pretend they've eaten a sausage roll in their life? It was when the Tories just put in a hot food tax, and this was considered to disproportionately hurt poor, working class and northern voters. And in order to gain positive media coverage from this new unpopular policy, Ed Miliband got bundled into like a Greggs, and he was it was like that recent thing of JD Vance going into like a Subway sandwich or something and just not knowing how to make light conversation. seeming incredibly uncomfortable. Oh yeah, do you heat up pork meat a lot? Oh, is it always in pastry? Oh, it's warm here. Is that because of the ovens?
It's important to keep the Chancellor needs to buy.
Yeah.
Hi there. Can we get 8 sausage rolls?
8. Hot cross buns, £2.
It's 10 days too early.
It's not. Never too early.
And we popped in to buy some sausage rolls, but there is a serious point here.
Give me any verb. I don't have feet. I don't like feet. No. I don't love feet. What are feet? No, anything. I wish my feet. I wish my feet. No. I love your feet. No, we need to go until we find something. No, I'm not putting big feet in. It has to be I or a pronoun of any kind, then a verb, and then feet. I love a foot. Let's just check this is working. Feet. Yeah, loads. Yeah, loads right up until the current day. Feet was said a lot in 1947. A lot. 98 times in July the 1st. People just said feet over and over again. And it was said 96 times on 1961. Look at my feet. Oh, yes, we've got it. Look at my feet has been said once. Look at my feet was said once in June the 1st, 1999. Someone said, look at my feet. It's just going to bring up the precise debate that this was said in. It was in a debate about the footwear industry. Has anyone in Parliament ever said, give me a kiss? Give me a kiss. Does it appear in Parliament? Yeah, 3 times. Give me a kiss has been said 3 times in Parliament, once in 1934, once in 1972, and once in 2021. In the early years settings, COVID-19 debate, the pensions compensation for a loss in employment, where Mr. Price said, give me a kiss before I go, and the Class 3 Home Office also said that. Let's see a bit more of the context of all of these. I remember well one night a young woman who had followed me about from one end of the constituency to the other during the general election. She was not a woman of prepossessing demeanour. She was always very vocal, until it came to the culminating point. To be clear, this is the 1934 debate, in case the vocabulary seems off. At the meeting, it was a very cool night. She came up to me and said, for 2 pins, I will give you a biff in the jaw. I was not in a fighting mood that night, and on the principle that a smooth answer turneth away wrath, I said, would you rather not give me a kiss instead? I may say that that young lady was one of my strongest supporters afterwards, because apparently that was the first token of any affection she had ever had. This guy, this was said by Mr. Hales. This is just one of the bizarre villains from like a Regency era novel. Oh yes, I know she wanted to kill me, but then I kept trying to kiss her, and then she voted for me year in, year out. Hales tried to make it illegal to beep your car horn, what, in any circumstance? He died in 1942, accidentally drowning in the River Thames. I think he was trying to dodge the draft. My feet hurt. Nice. We've got one my feet hurt. My feet hurt has only been said once in Parliament on April the 1st, 2017. It was said on the Farrier's Registration Bill debate. To my noble friend, the Minister, I thank him for his support and time. He was absolutely right to say no foot, no horse. He was absolutely right to say no foot, no horse. No foot, no horse. I can at least say that my feet hurt, but the poor horse cannot. Oh, I see. I can say my feet hurt, but if you take your horse to a bad farrier, they cannot advocate for themselves. Bechamel. We can try bechamel. Yeah, one time. 2021. The leader of the house may not have heard of a Teesside delicacy known as the chicken parmo and may ask what it is. Well, I will tell him. Chicken parmo is a flattened chicken breast covered in breadcrumbs, deep fried, served in a bechamel sauce and cheddar cheese. Parmo is in your chicken parmo, so we can throw out. This was against Rees-Mogg. Until my honourable friend added garlic sauce in the salad, I thought it sounded really rather delicious. But I'm afraid I shall have to stick to my deep-fried Mars bar, which is free of garlic, which I've always thought the most ghastly stuff. I hate this guy. I hate Rees-Mogg. He's dressing up as a pantomime version of himself. I just think of the kind of heinous Toryism, there's something very embarrassing to which he pantomime participates in the romance of aristocratic old money, wealth, and opulence. I knew a guy at university who would who would always insist on doing handwritten letters and would like wax seal them with his own personalized wax seal. And he'd be like, "Well, just get a stamp." He'd be like, "Oh, I've never thought about getting a stamp. Oh, I can get a stamp because I work for the post office. Oh, I've never thought about that. That's just the way I've always done it." That's wrong. You're lying. You've decided to do something hokey and old timey and annoying because you think it connects you to some sort of pure-blooded tradition of old money wankers. And now you're going to pretend, you're going to do me the intellectual disservice of pretending you didn't know. You didn't know we don't all do this. Oh boy, traditions are good? No. Oracle? No. Traditions are the fun, why don't you just join in and have fun with the family version of bog standard cultural conservatism. Traditions are a little ideological framework that has been set up to avoid justifying stuff that uses up time and resources. Why are you wearing a tie? I thought it contrasts horrifically with the paisley on my shirt. You're going to try and catch me out and be like, "Why are you wearing a tie?" "Well, I sent from my iPhone. I got you out. I am very clever. Why are you wearing clothes? Why do you live in a house? Why do you drink from a mug? I am very clever. I've caught you out." But I don't know if it's made the news, but I have actually heard that Wes Streeting's fallen into a well and that no one can hear him shouting. He's dangling on the chain people use to raise and lower the bucket, but people just think it's the wind. So what's next? Tesco's meal deal, we've done it. Sigma male, we have to do it. I do think there have been a lot of debates on talking about online radicalization of young men. Not huge amounts. And honestly, they would have had to have been held quite recently and be fairly thorough to include Sigma male. Let's be realistic. No way. Great, good. But I've been interpreting the word cuck wrong for years. I always thought when someone's called a cuck as an insult, my understanding was that it means like you're so sort of unlovable. You inspire so little loyalty. You satisfy your partner so little that surely they are out there cheating on you. Surely they cannot be faithful to you because you inspire nothing from anyone. But now I feel like I'm learning that a cuck is someone who sits down with their partner and goes, "Shall we bring someone else into the bedroom to have sex with you and then I'll be gratified by watching it?" Which is a completely different scenario, involves way more trust, a very delicate situation to broach. But I think being the cuck that I was thinking of, the initial cuck, the early cuck, that's a shameful figure. That's both victim and weakling. Whereas this cuck is like the master of puppets. They're the ultimate Sigma male, aren't they? Pulling all the strings, don't even have to get their I don't know what I'm making the case for, really. I don't know what I'm arguing for here. All right, what are we doing? We're checking if the word bestie has ever appeared in Hansard. Bestie has appeared 3 times. in the Lesbian Visibility Week, said by Dawn Butler. That was in April of this year. In Engagements by Ian Lavery. And the European Notification of Withdrawal Bill by Alex Salmond. Wow. What a batch. All right, let's just end on the word piss then. Why on earth has piss been said 24 times between 1900 and 2022? All right, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Before I leave, what's that?
It's kick.
What?
It's man, I love frogs.
What?
I'm looking at him not happy to be alive, so you're doing well.
What?
It's rabbit.
Huh?
I'm looking at I see a snake.
What?
I see a good Malcolm Holmes.
Huh?
I'm looking at broken.
What?
I see friendship.
Huh?
I'm looking at peace.
What?
I sei place avec mi weaver.
What?
I see piss, 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 piss.
What?
Would you mind fucking my wife?
Huh?
I'm looking at forg and board.
What are you talking about?
I see compassion.
Huh?
It's front butt.
What?
I see skrek hamask.
What?
I'm looking at what?
What?
I see her.
What?
I see I love British feet.
It's
What?
I can see beak.
What?
I see mini cheddars.
What?
I can see Metal Gear Solid 2.
I
Sons of the
can't.
Patriots.
Goodbye, everyone.
I'm looking at it's a fish and
Myself, Northern Soul, Rimming, Bovril, I love chips / I like chips / I love British chips, Bechdel Pass, Bechdel Test, Judith Butler, Boss Man, Mr. Tato, Plants vs. Zombies, Tesco's Meal Deal, Sigma Male, Bestie, Slay Queen, Keith Starmer, Skibbity, Meh, could you put that down please? Voluptuous, I Don't Like Your Tone, Jar Jar Binks, Mini Cheddars, Harry Hardy, and Hey Chat. These are